Alright, good morning everyone. Buenos dias from the outskirts of Medellin. Today I'm leaving the city to try something completely different. It should be a spiritual awakening. It's not going to be food, but something still connected to the body and soul. My good friend Rainier had just blessed me this morning as we're leaving Medellin. He told me deep in the Amazon there's this frog that carries a type of poison that's going to be able to purge the bad jujus in our body and cleanse our soul. So what I'm going to be doing today is called Kambo. It's an ancient tradition rooted from the Amazonian forest, and basically what it is like I mentioned, the frog poison. We're going to travel outside the city into the nature, and this could be the most craziest experience on a spiritual level. And out here near the Amazonian state, it's being viewed as a sacred medicine, very spiritual, you know. Or we're traveling out deep in the forest, gonna have some shaman to lead the tradition, and I purposely did not do any study, have no idea what's gonna happen, so it should be quite a shock. And I'm really excited because if this is something that I feel really connected with, I believe I'll be doing it many times in the future. Kambo has roots in the indigenous culture from the Amazonian forest, and what we're gonna do is take the poison and inject that in the vein. Why am I doing this? Well, not just out of curiosity. I have a very close friend that have done it before, and he's actually accompanying me for my first experience here in the jungle. And we'll see. Maybe it's a reset. Maybe it's a cleanse that is much needed. So follow me along. Let's go on this experience together. So we're now driving through a little paved road, a very tranquil outskirt of the city, like off-road. Muchas gracias. Okay, hasta luego. So you see I'm carrying 3 gallons of water, and we're heading to the shaman space, and maybe that little hut right there. You can tell it's calm. It smells like nature, and a bit of a different energy from the hustle and bustle of Medellin. So we're about to go in right now. Let's go. So here you can see Rainier and I step gently into the Maloka. This is a sacred ceremonial house, and with the scent of wood, earth, and just calmness. To begin the Kambo ceremony, it actually has 3 steps. The first step I didn't capture is the rape. They call it the opening part. This ceremony begins with the shaman offering us some sacred tobacco snuff. She blew it in my nose, and there's a strong sting, a big rush, and then after a deep exhale, it's supposed to relax me and, you know, clear my mind to get ready for the next part. Right here you're seeing in the video is the actual Kambo application. She's using a small stick that's lit up to touch my skin, and it kind of opens the gate and opens up my veins for the next part when they apply the Kambo, which is the actual frog poison. So, you know, this surge of energy really rides like a wave, and you can see in the video here, immediately I start, you know, the purge. Just the whole room, people are just purging, and this is the spirit of the jungle frog, trying to awake every single cell in me. Finally, the third part is the Sananga eye drop. So the final blessing is this eye drop where it's a single tear drop enters my eyes. It stings really hard, but supposedly afterwards my vision gets sharper and my heart feels renewed. So this is the process, and what do you think? Kind of interesting, huh? We did it.
We did it. How do you feel?
I feel like for me, the first time it's a little bit more physical than mental, like cleansing. Part of it is because I didn't really know what to expect. So we just finished the Kambo ceremony, and it was so spiritual in there. I didn't want to interrupt by taking out my camera. But the first part is the rapé. What would you say the rapé is?
So it's a type of tobacco snuff. So tobacco in a lot of indigenous cultures is like a sacred medicine. So the tobacco really grounds you, aligns your chakras, gets you calm, and gets you ready for the Kambo, which comes up shortly after.
Yeah, I've done the rapé before, and I don't know, this time maybe she put a little bit more than usual, or I actually felt even more like alert than my previous experiences. So it's quite unique. And then the next part, you know, you can see in the video, like the burnt skin kind of opens up the veins, and that's when they later on like put the frog poison on you, and immediately people start throwing up. Quite unique. And then the Kambo settles in, you throw up. Does it feel like a cleanse? I think absolutely. My first experience was just like a constant battle of like chugging water, but then I was also curious to see like what's in the bucket that I'm like purging out. So Rainier was telling me that like everyone's experiences is a little bit different, and like everyone kind of throws out like different colors, and it has different meanings to it afterwards. It's almost like you have to go through a challenge to find like a new meaning for yourself almost. It's like sometimes eating exotic food, you know, you don't know if you're gonna end up liking it, but you do it anyways because you're curious to see like what the outcome is. How's your experience, Ray?
It was good. Mine was like a deep yellow. It was like a deep dark yellow, a little bit of hint of brown, a little bit of hint of orange, but basically it's like fear and anxiety is the meaning for my color. So like every time you do it, it could be different colors, different emotions, but also it was like yellow is also cleaning up the liver and like kidneys and the pancreas. So
all right, so now I'm back to my apartment, and you know, just got some food after in the plaza. If you look at the video, there's a third part of the ceremony. From the first part, we do rapé. Second part, we're doing the actual Kambo, which you'll see the shama first burns the skin, and then secondly, apply the frog poison. And the frog poison goes into your veins, into your system, and immediately everyone starts throwing up, and you can hear that in the background of the video. After it settles, the shama then goes around and apply this Amazonian plant teardrop thing. It's called shananga, and the root is supposed to kind of open up your third eye. Burns, and it's really painful in the first like 10-15 seconds, but after it settles, it actually feels really good, and just another spiritual experience. They say it's first the frog, and then second the fire, and the shananga is the fire. It's known to create like a clear vision, kind of like a warrior vision from the Amazon, and I just thought it's pretty unique. But would you do this? I was told that you have to do it at least 3 times to see like the full effect. I want to give a big shout out to my friend Rainier for bringing me on to this experience. I've heard him talking about it for many times. In the next 3 days, I'm gonna feel the best days ever with the best clarity in mind. However, this is definitely not for everyone. It just shows you the Colombian travel goes beyond the plate, the food, goes beyond, you know, the partying. There's this different dimension of spirituality that kind of lies in only this part of land near the Amazon: Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil, Peru. Next time if you're out, maybe it's something you want to try, but I'm glad that I'm able to share my experience in the rawest form, and I'll see you guys next time again. Thank you for following me along.